to TalkFCB, and actually no, let's start that again. Hello and welcome here to Talk VAR, because honestly, if that is football, I don't want to know anymore. Honestly, if that starts to come into play in La Liga, because what we saw today was the VAR that we see in the Premier League, and they absolutely hate it. They hate it. Everybody hates it. If we start to see that in Spain, which I don't think we will, because I actually think for once Spain are doing something right in the way they use VAR. But the way we saw it today, what's the point? What is the point in sitting down and trying to get into a football match when it's never given a chance to flow? And I'm not even talking here about the specific decisions, which of course went against Barcelona. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about that second half there. You've got two very, very good teams, two brilliant sides in Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Some of the best players in the world are out there. And how many minutes there in that second half was the ball in play? Or how many minutes we stood there thinking, what's going to happen? What's the decision going to be? Everybody there is looking around, trying to make sure, is the play going to continue? Is the play going to stop? Are they checking that? Have they finished checking that? What are we going to do now? That's all that it was. The entire second half was spent wondering what a man in a room was going to decide. Because again, it's not a robot. It's another man in a room. How different is that to the referee? Yeah, he can look at angles. Yeah, you can slow things down. But if anything, that makes it even more annoying, because once you slow things down, once you start drawing lines on a screen, how far do you go with it? When does that start to take away some of the passion, some of the emotion from the footballing game? That's what we saw today. And for me, it was ruined. The whole thing. Absolutely ruined. And can I just say, guys, so we do actually get into the review and talk about the game and talk about the goals, of which there was many, half of them weren't even given, but can I just say, I'm not actually angry here with Barcelona tonight. Look, we collapsed. We were absolute rubbish defensively. It was a really, really bad performance there. I would have to look at the centre-backs. I know many people are very, very unhappy with Gerard Piqué. I thought actually Barcelona were quite naive. We were ahead in the game, and for once, we kept on attacking, which was kind of strange because we were pushing really high up the field. We were leaving so much space in behind. Even when we had the lead there, Barcelona leaving all that space, and Atletico Madrid there were allowed to get back in the game. But of course, we did have decisions not go our way. But look, I'm not making excuses. People will say after this game, Valverde should be sacked. I agree, Valverde has to go. But I don't really want Valverde sacked just because of this game. I want him sacked because of what he's shown at Barcelona right throughout his coaching career. But tonight, we actually played not too bad. Going forward, in midfield, in the attacking areas, we did some good things. I thought we scored some magnificent goals on the night. Like I say, only half of them ended up being given. But overall tonight wasn't the worst Barcelona display you've ever seen. You could have easily seen us go away from the game there with a very comfortable victory. I think for the first half there, we were dominating Atletico. It took us a bit of time, but we were then getting into their half and dictating the tempo of the game. And I thought the second half, like I say, we moved the ball well. I thought Messi was much more involved today. You had link-ups there between Suarez, between Griezmann. I thought Vidal was good in midfield, Frenkie de Jong as well. And I thought in general, we did quite well there in the offensive third. It was all about defensively though. We came apart, like I say. Gerard Piqué, with the high line we were playing, simply couldn't cope. Correa was going in behind, João Felix as well. Atletico there, using that pace to get at Piqué, targeting him really. And in the end, we simply couldn't stop it. And neither could Neto. But if we start from the very beginning here tonight, guys, the attendance in Saudi Arabia in Jeddah this evening was 58,410 spectators, which there is a fantastic crowd. I thought they were pretty vocal. I thought really, of course, they're very excited to see Lionel Messi, and they're actually very, very much supportive of Barcelona and quite anti-Valverde, which I did like. What I would say, though, is another thing about this game is kind of felt like a pre-season game. Now, that's nothing against holding it where it was held, but it was actually there, kind of the feel about the game, whereby none of us could even watch it for a start. That was one of the big things. You look at every single country, pretty much, everybody was saying, where can I watch the game? And that was a big thing tonight. None of us could actually even sit down and watch this game properly without following some sort of stream. That's kind of strange to me. For such a big game, a big tournament like it's supposed to be, what was the deal with that? And then the second thing was, I think coming into the game, certainly there was the intensity going to be right? Were we actually trying to win the trophy? As the game went on, I felt like we did. But I think certainly in that first half, it was completely flat really from both sides. The most entertaining part of that first half was actually when it finished. At half-time, there was a bit of a coming together there between Messi, between Suarez, the few Barcelona players getting in the faces of those from Atletico, and it ended there with Suarez getting booked and Atletico and Barcelona coming together really and getting a bit feisty. And that was really a sign of things to come there in the second second half. Koke came on, and with his seconds of coming on, he scored. And that really highlighted what Barcelona were going to do in this game, because it was those midfield runners. Koke there was making a run in behind our defence. It was a simple pass from Correa to find him, and easy as that, we were breached. And that was the big problem tonight. We couldn't handle those kind of runs there in behind our back four, especially there in those central areas. Atletico Madrid had joy time and time again, and like I say there, Neto couldn't really bail us out. Down the other end, I've got to give a special shout out to Jan Black. I thought once again tonight, as he is pretty much every time you watch Atletico, he is extraordinary. Save after save after save after save. He conceded 2 goals. He could have conceded more if it wasn't for VAR, but it could have easily been even more than that if it wasn't for several top quality saves from a magnificent goalkeeper in Jan Black. But Messi did score. His first goal was a brilliant goal there on his so-called weak foot on his right side. It was a powerful drive there, low down into the bottom left-hand corner. Lionel Messi there, like I say, the stadium erupting once Messi scored. That's what they came for, and as always with Messi, he really, really does deliver on these kind of occasions. And then there was the moment with VAR, and this is the thing about it. You can understand it if it's something there that really aids in the goal, but it was a handball given against Messi, and it wasn't just the fact there that it was a handball, but it was so high up his arm. Did it actually make any difference? Did it have any deviation there on the ball? Would there have been any different outcome if it didn't hit his arm? I don't think so. And what VAR has done there is ruined not only possible win for Barcelona, but a beautiful goal. It was a wonderful goal, a wonderful moment from Messi, and what a goal it was. He brings it down, takes the ball out the air, he just shimmies it there over the defender, and then he caresses the ball there into the bottom left-hand corner once again, past Jan Black, and Barcelona think we have the lead. We're going wild. It was a brilliant, brilliant goal. But again, then you all stop. Then you're looking around thinking, is the goal going to be given? And all the emotion draining out of the game, draining out of all of us there, waiting on some man in the room to decide whether or not he thinks that should be given, and ultimately, he doesn't think it should. Messi there disallowed a brilliant goal, but luckily for us, we didn't hold our heads down for too long because Antoine Griezmann scored against his former side. A brilliant moment for him. I was really, really happy that it was a brilliant ball in from the left-hand side, in towards Luis Suarez, who heads it on goal. Jan Black, once again, is there. Brilliant save from him, but Antoine Griezmann does the right thing. He follows in on goal. He did look confident in his play tonight, Griezmann, and it's a good goal there to get us ahead. And again, VAR steps in. Not for that goal, but afterwards. That was the real game-changing moment because we make it 3-1. And this one looks a perfectly good goal. Again, you're relying on lines on the field, lines here and there, using your math skills to determine whether or not he's leaning off, whether he's just about off the shadow of his boot, all of this kind of stuff. What are we doing? This is football. This is passion. This is emotion. Let's just enjoy the game. It's a brilliant ball in from Messi. It's Arturo Vidal at the back post, and he has to really stretch and lunge for that to keep it in play. He does a brilliant job of doing that, plays it into Piqué, who scores there a fantastic goal, and Barcelona at that point feel as though we got 1 foot in the Supercup final, but again, we're standing around. I don't think any of us even celebrated that goal there from Gerard Piqué. We were thinking, well, we just as well wait now. What's the point in celebrating? What's the point here in getting all excited, enjoying this moment, when it's just going to be robbed of us if it's disallowed? And you know what? It was again another disallowed goal, the second on the night. And it was unbelievable. The second half, honestly, guys, it was absolutely ridiculous. The way that it played out, it was stoppage after stoppage after stoppage. Then we had the penalty for Atletico Madrid. That was clearly a penalty there. Neto taking out the player there for Atletico Madrid, advancing into the area. It was a stonewall penalty. But even that, they had to go and check. Surely they're the referee should be able to say, I'm confident in my decision, that's a penalty. I can see there, he's wiped him out, but no, we've got to go and wait a bit longer there for the penalty to be given. Atletico then score, Atletico then score again. It's 3-2 before you even know it. We believe that we've scored more goals than we actually have. And suddenly then, you know what really tops it off for me? At the end of the game, guess how much added time? For all of those stoppages, for all of the disallowed goals, all of the moments standing around and waiting for a machine there, a man in a room to make the decision, well, 4 minutes. That's what we got. 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's ridiculous. Honestly, absolutely ridiculous. And like I say, defensively today, Barcelona were an absolute joke. No way around that. But in terms of going forward, it wasn't that bad. What I do want to say, though, and what I do want to finish on, guys, is the Super Cup final will be played there between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. And guess how many domestic Spanish titles they won between them last season? Who won the Copa del Rey? Who won La Liga? Was it Atletico? Was it Real? No, it was neither of them. So thanks, Spain. Thanks for the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey winners in Valencia, and the La Liga winners in Barcelona. Well, we're going home now. So please leave your comments down below, guys. Honestly, it's such a strange game, such a strange match review here for me. But obviously, we're not in action on the weekend now, so I'm going to be getting my 300,000 subscribers video as soon as I possibly can up on the channel for you guys, as well as other things too, probably. You're talking about Correa, you're talking there about some transfer videos. It's all going to be coming up. Don't worry about that. We're going to be going home. We're going to be going back to Spain here and just getting on with life away from the Super Cup. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for 300,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, guys, but I'm going to be talking more about that in a more upbeat video coming later on the channel. Thanks again. Leave those thoughts down below. What did you make of that? But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça!